Hello traders, this is Pierre here in PAFX. Welcome again to another weekly market overview. This week gonna be maybe the last weeks that we may see some movement in the market before the holidays and before the market goes into sleep mode. So I hope you had a great trading week last week, and that you have the possibility to do some good trade for the next week too. Yeah, it seems like we have some viewers already, so I think we can get started, and the rest will surely join soon. As usual, we start with the disclaimer, and please read it carefully and be aware of the risk involved in trading. This session should not be seen as a signal in any way. It is only my way to see the market and how I will probably trade it. Yeah, so welcome everyone, and let's take a look at the news for next week as usual. You see that we have some news left before the year end here. We start on Tuesday with Aussie monetary policy meeting minutes. We do have building permits for the USA. We have BOE Carney speech for the sterling on Wednesday, crude inventory, and GDP quarter on quarter for New Zealand on Wednesday. Thursday, also an important day. Looking at the calendar, we start with some Boji news and monetary policy statement. I don't think anything will change in this policy, so I'm not expecting a lot of change in the market direction for that. CAD, CPI, monthly and monthly important news, core retail sales also. And for the USA on Thursday, we do have final GDP quarter on quarter and unemployment claims. Friday, we do have sterling current account, GDP monthly on month for CAD, and core durable goods orders for the USA also on Friday. Yeah, so we have some major news. There is also for sure some medium impact news. I usually don't have those on this calendar, but you can choose to have them because they also gonna give some volatility in the market. But as you see, a good week with if we want to look at some news release. Yeah. Let's start with the Dixie as usual. Hello John, Mark, welcome everyone. Please say hi and let me know who is with us today. And yeah, once again, do not forget to hit the like button, guys, if you want me to keep doing these sessions every single week. Yeah, we start with the Dixie, and as I expected, the last week's overview, I said that we may see some sell-off on the release of the rate hike for the USA, because it was priced in, and the Dixie did reach an important level, the 94.15. That is still a good level that's not been broken yet. We got a very strong sell-off on Wednesday, but Thursday and Friday the USD got strong again and did push back up. So what is the scenario here? If we look at this particular leg to the upside, we do have a swing high, a higher low, another swing high where we did break this high here, and now we do have another higher low and possible continuation, since we did a correction back down to the 50%, as you see here, of this whole leg to the upside. So now Dixie did a correction, a 50% correction, retest of this neckline here. As you see, it was an important area at this level where we did have structure and the neckline of this double bottom. what make me start thinking, are we going for the continuation of this leg now when we do have 2 higher highs and 2 higher lows, make us start thinking that we may continue in this direction, making something like this, yeah? But first of all, we want to see this particular level got broken again, at least a daily candle that broke above the 94.20 now is our last high, and we want to see that broken before we think for more continuation. So once again, the Dixie, at when it reached this important level, we should start looking and see what will happen, yeah? Great consolidation here, and before this push to the upside, I still see the 94.15 is the a very important area right now. On the 4 hour, we did break below this low here. As you see, we put a lower low, and now we start trading higher. So my main focus would be at the 94.50 or 20 area here. It seems a little bit bullish right now. There is a possibility, in my opinion, that we may see a break to the upside, since this move was only back down to retest this neckline. So let's watch this level carefully for next week. Hello, Gabriel. Hi, Elvis. Gold. Also, I said that we had a nice divergence on the 4 hour last week. I did send you this chart on Telegram, guys. I hope you did take this trade and made some money, because we had this clear divergence on the 4 hour. The gold was on an important support level, and we got a very, very good trade to the upside at the same time when we saw that Dixie may also bounce to the downside. So both went very well and gave us a great trades opportunities. Now, I also said that the 1260 gonna be the important level again to be a resistant level, since when we were trading above it here, it was a good support level, and we were looking at this level if it's gonna hold or not. Now the trend line got broken. The 1260 level, which was an important support level, got broken, which make me start looking at the 1260 for now to be a possible resistant level. And on Friday we did reach 1260 and got rejected with a nice bearish engulfing. I have one of my traders in the room took this trade, gave a very nice profit. And now if we look at the 4 hour, again we do have divergence, but to the downside this time, yeah? So for gold, we will keep an eye once again at the 1260 area to see if we get another retest and try to sell it from here. Otherwise, the level down here toward the 1240 is also a good level. If this range is not broken next week, I think we may see some sideways on gold until next year. Even on the same goes for the Dixie, yeah? Because the market gonna probably be very slow, and during the holidays I don't think we may see any major breakout. So keep an eye at the 1260 level for a possible reversal here. It could happen next week, or if we reach the 1240 first, you can look for a possible bounce from this area, yeah? Oil, as I said last week in the weekly overview, we still have this range now going sideways, nothing new. The major trend is still bullish, looking left, coming from this low here. We're still in a bullish structure. In my opinion, the 55 level is the first level we want to look at for a possible bounce back to the upside. Intraday, you do have this smaller range to work with if you want to trade oil intraday. We do have this nice range now that we can try to look for possible trading scenario in. So it's a sideways market short term. Long term, I think there is more to it, but we want to buy from lower level, not inside this range here, because it's gonna be very tricky. The price could go either way here, so it's much better to wait for the bottom or the tops. Aussie Jappy, I remember I did publish an idea for a possible short here at this level. It did shoot out a little bit higher, but if we look here, this neckline, this high just got violated but not broken, since we didn't have a close above that on the daily. So for me and my rules, this level is still not broken. We got a nice rejection here, and Friday a little bit more rejection. Now what's interesting for me here is this hidden bearish divergence. If you look at this top and where the price is right now, much lower high here, but on the RSI between this top, who represent this top, and where the price is right now is much higher, and the same goes for this top and this top. So we do have a clear hidden bearish divergence on the RSI. We do have some rejections. There is no clear signal for to go short yet, but any close next week, if it happens early, a close below Thursday low would be a shorting signal for me. On the 4 hour, that would be below this low here. So I'm looking, if this happen next week, retest, then possible continuation down on this one, based on that hidden divergence we do have on the RSI, and that we may probably only retesting this structure once again. Aussie USD also reached a very important level. I did call this trade in our room. Looking left, we did reach previous structure here. You see the structure, the price had lots of trouble here, sideways for a week or so. The price did reach monthly R1 and this important resistant level. Now we did break above this structure high, so the downtrend is clearly violated with this breakout, and I am expecting some correction lower. We do have the same scenario about the hidden divergence between this high and this high here. Looking at the RSI, the RSI went much higher. So I am expecting some more to the downside, probably another bounce to the lows. On the 4 hour, you see that we are retesting this structure here. So looking for possible double top scenario. If we got that with some divergence on the RSI on this particular time frame, a retest to the monthly R1 and this structure here, I'm looking for bearish evidence for at least a retest of the monthly pivot, or maybe lower on Aussie. Euro Aussie, we had a wonderful trade on this pair based on this head and shoulder scenario here. I still have a little of my position open, looking for a lower test down here. But if we look at the RSI here, once again, all the Aussie giving us hidden divergence. As you see, this low here and where the price is right now is much higher, but on the RSI did reach the extreme now. Friday was an indecision day with which printed a doji candle here. I still think any retest of the monthly S1 or down here would be a good level to start looking for a possible bounce from this very important area here, as you see. So for the 4 hour, I want to see a retest of the monthly S1 or lower here. Start looking for bullish evidence, double bottom, inverted head and shoulder, some bullish divergence on the RSI, anything that can help us with the early signal for a possible bounce from this area back up to at least retest of this neckline. Welcome Idris, hi. Euro Chief, we've talked about this for the 3rd week now. It's still trying to break this ascending wedge. It didn't really happen yet. It is trading to the downside, but once again guys, we still see this candle, this black candle here, gonna be the mother of this range. And to be more sure, if you are in a short, start looking at the low of this candle as a possible partial take profit. And if you want to short it longer term, you want to see this broken, retested, and then maybe we can get more to the downside. But it's clearly that the up trend is losing a lot of momentum. As you see, after this strong move, another push and another push, then the price is not able to make new highs, start making lower highs actually. But we want to see also at least one major lower low like this one to get broken to be really sure that there is more to the downside. So on the 4 hour, we're still playing this range, and intraday you can keep playing this range, selling, working on selling the highs is the idea here if you got another retest higher. But you see it clearly here, this level here gonna be a very important level to look for possible either bounce or a break to the downside for to start a possible trend reversal on this pair. Euro Jappy, I think all of you got bored trading this box, but there is nothing changed. We still have the price inside this box. You see the middle of the box, we do have also a flip zone of support and resistance that get broken all the time, back up, back down, back up, back down. So I would say once again on this pair, keep buying the lows of the box and or selling the high of the box until we see a breakout. Nothing new, but great range that is clear and defined. It could give you a lot of short-term trades at least. Euro sterling, nice bullish engulfing last Friday, still sideways market, still as I told you last week guys, that this area gonna be a possible shorting area, and we got very nice rejection last Friday. So right now we do have a possible inverted head and shoulder pattern on this one, looking at it like this. So there is a nice inverted head and shoulder pattern, but the neckline is still the area that acting as good resistance. Looking left, you see clearly why this level is an important level. So for next week, we should keep playing these levels, bounces here, bounces from the sell the up, sell the highs, sorry, buy the lows until you get a breakout to the upside or a breakout to the downside. Now the breakout to the downside, your target or your area of trouble should be this low of the head here and the monthly S1. Yeah, to the upside, if you got the breakout to the upside, you have much more room. As you see, if we look left, there is an empty area here that could be a great target toward the monthly R1. Okay, Euro New Zealand broke out of this channel, but still we have this very nice support level or a flip zone where we did have resistance in the past, got broken, acted as support once. So I am looking at this level for next week, 1.666, where we may have another bounce. We do already have hidden bullish divergence. Looking at the RSI, you see that the RSI did break this low, but the price is actually still higher than this low on the price here. So if we reach and test this area down here for next week, I think it is a good level to look for at least a short-term bounce back up for a retest of this neckline of up here. That would be a great level to look for taking targets. Yeah. Euro USD. Very interesting. The trend is a little bit messy now, since we have lower lows, we have also higher highs, and now on this leg to the downside we do have lower low, lower high, another lower low, lower than this one, and another lower high. So if this will not be a sideways market the rest of the year, we want to see a breakout of this range. So as for now, I think we should keep looking to trade the 1.17 area as a possible level where we may see a bounce back up to the upside, and the next level of resistance would be up here, as you see. So as for now, to failure to make new highs, it looks more bearish than bullish at the moment, since we wasn't able to break this high for a continuation. We put another low, we broke this low here, and the neckline got broken. We put another lower high here. So there is a possibility that we may see a break of the 1.17 next week, and probably another retest of these lows down here. But first of all, look at the 1.17 as a possible support level that may hold. Yeah, because if we look left, it is a good level that been tested many times without a break, and every time we break this level, it needs a major candle. Looking at this one, and the same thing was when we broke back to the upside, it also needed a major bullish candle to break back up. Okay, Sterling Aussie, where the price did test last week, is also an important level. It is previous resistance level here, and then when we broke it, we did retest it and did act as support. We still have this higher high, but now we did break the low here, so there is a possibility that we continue lower, but I'm expecting some bounce to the upside based on another hidden divergence on the RSI. If you look at this low and this low and this nice divergence, on hidden bullish divergence on the RSI right now. So if we go down to the 4-hour, where the price is testing right now, is a good level to look for a possible opportunity, bullish opportunity down here for a possible retest of this neckline back up in this area. Yeah, this is my first thought on this pair. Otherwise, if this area got broken, it may send us back down all the way to 1.71 area down here at this level. Yeah, you see we have clear levels on this pair, so if we break this level here, then the next stop would be at this structure here. But at first, after so many bearish days, I think we may get at least a bounce back up to this area here. Sterling JP, still, if we look at this whole move starting from Brexit and moving higher in ranges, now we did move the price move to another upper range. We still have this ranging box here. Right now the price is in the middle of that range, and when we do have such clear range, you're gonna always hear me saying buy the lows of the range, sell the highs of the range until we see a clear breakout. So this is the what I am thinking to do for next week. The neckline here is still not broken. It got violated but not broken. There is a possibility that we reach or firstly bounce from the monthly S1 before we reach the bottom of this box also, but the extreme low or the extreme high would be the best levels to make business at. At the moment we are inside this range. It could go both ways. Sterling USD, very tricky to trade, as you see, up down up down up down. Where the price is testing right now is an important structure. If we look left, we do have this nice neckline that got tested right now after this double bottom. The price did move back down, a correction toward the 50%. Now this candle last Friday was a major bearish candle, took out almost 4 days, and yeah, where the price is testing right now is the area we should be looking at for a possible for any bounce to the upside would be here. Otherwise, if we broke this level, the 61.8 could be a level, and the monthly S1. On the 4 hour, you see the structure much better, and that's why I am interested of this level again. It is a nice structure. We got huge rejection here. It was acting as good resistance and support in the past, so that's why I'm looking at first at where the price is testing right now for a possible bounce. Could be nice for a retest of the highs here. 4 hour time frame, you see that we are making lower lows and lower highs now, so there is a possibility that we lost the uptrend momentum. This move here could not break above these highs, so there is a possibility that we are now having a nice reversal, but once again we want to see this neckline broken, a clear and strong break. New Zealand CAD, very nice move from the bottom of this move here. After making this double bottom, it did break the neckline, it did break another high here, everything signaling for a possible reversal of this downtrend now, especially after breaking these highs. But if we go down to the 4 hour, before we go down to the 4 hour, you see that on the daily we are on the extreme high on the RSI. We do also have hidden bullish divergence looking at the RSI also between this high and this high, which is much lower on the price, but on the RSI it is much higher. And when we go down to the 4 hour, we do have this nice possible double top scenario with also a great and major divergence on the RSI, bearish divergence. So we do have this possible double top now trading above the monthly R1, which is a very important pivot. So I am looking where the price is testing right now for a possible shorting opportunities. First target would be the neckline, this low, sorry, and if that got broken, there is a possibility to retest the monthly pivot point before probably start going up again. Yeah. So it is an important level. If we also look at structure wise, we did reach this important structure that acted as good resistance couple of times, even here. So that's what make me start looking for a possible reversal, or at least a retest of this area back down here. New Zealand USD, almost the same. Bullish hidden divergence. That's why I have these lines here, looking at this high and this high and this high and this high. But on the RSI, the price is already at the extreme, giving us a hidden bearish divergence signal. Thursday was a bearish day. Friday was another try to continue the trend to the upside, but got rejected all the way back down. So based on that, and based on this 4-hour double top with bearish divergence also on the RSI, looking at these tops here, there is a possibility that we may move lower. Of course, the first thing we want to see is a break of this neckline here first. So I would gladly see a possible bounce back up here at this level, another retest that may give us a possible head and shoulder scenario, and then try to short it from this area with a much better risk to reward ratio. First target would be here, and looking for a possible break and more to the downside. I think that we may see the same here as New Zealand CAD, possible correction down before the continuation, since now this downtrend is really validated. We broke 1, 2, 3 highs now, close above all of them. So this is a clear signal that there is a possibility that the downtrend is maybe over and a possible continuation. But since we have those RSI signals, what I really do like them, and that's why I'm thinking for a possible correction down first before any possible continuation. And if we see that this year or not, let's see. USD CAD, I was thinking bearish after this nice candle here, but then we never broke below these lows. We pushed all the way back up. We had some dojis and indecision. The up move was losing momentum and then start going down. But looking at this rejection and another day that was also a bullish day, another higher low now start make me think that there is a possibility for try to push this higher toward this area, or the monthly R1 level, which is a very, very important structure level that may act as resistance. So this area never got really tested yet, and looking at how the consolidation is going now, and this particular higher low here make me start thinking that we may see actually this retest for next week. As a 4-hour chart, you see we have a clear box here that we want to see broken to either side, to think of it for a longer term. But there is a possibility, as I said, that we may see this box broken, at least short term. What I don't like about this idea here if you are a breakout trader and you want to take a trade based on breakout of these highs, do not forget that you do have a really strong resistant level at this area. Let me go back to the daily. So if you want to trade a breakout here, you have to be careful about this major structure that may act as resistant. Yeah, so it's much better if you want to continue this trend to the upside, is to look for lower retest to try to take your trade from. So any retest back toward monthly S1 or even lower, that would be a good level for a trend continuation. For a breakout, it's not the best idea here, since the resistance is not so far away. Yeah. USD JPY, a nice sell-off here, couple of days. Friday was a bullish engulfing. We never broke this structure low here on the daily, which is a little bit of a signal that the bears could not continue this move to a lower levels. So it's a little bit uncertain right now for me where to go. But if we go down to the 4-hour, you see a clear support level that did hold well. A very nice move from here. If you are in a long trade, you want to see a break of the 1290 area here, this high. You want to see this high broken, and if that happens, there is a possibility for more and possible retest of the 1380 area up here. And I am a little slightly more bullish on the USD, and I think that we may see this happen next week. In any case, if we got any retest of the 112 area back down here, that would be another nice opportunity to try to take along now when we see that the level here did actually hold well. Yeah. Yeah, and that was the last pair for today. And as usual, 5-minute Q&A if you have any questions, guys, or any pair you want me to look at. Otherwise, think that we can call it a day. And thank you very much for being here. And yeah, I wish all of you Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I'm not sure if we're gonna have any more weekly overview before next year. Yeah. I don't see any questions yet. I know that I am lagging like 30 or 40 seconds behind, so I'll give it another 30 seconds, give you the time if you want to write any questions. Idris, Euro CAD, I don't think anything changed on that pair since last week. We still see this area, as I said last week, this area here was a possible supply level, and we had a very nice rejection from this area on Thursday. We did enter this area and got rejected all the way back down. So as for now, is still inside this range. I think the levels are still valid. 1.49 down here. Any retest to this level would be good area to try to take a buy from, or any retest back inside this supply level would be a nice level to take a short. not much going on right now, sideways, choppy, and it works for me. I would say intraday trading, or a possible swing a couple of days if we reach the extreme highs, or back down to this support level down here. Cracks, no, I don't trade cryptos. It is amazing. And yeah, you have right. I did actually call a trade for a very long time ago on Bitcoins, and everyone else made money, but not me. I did call this one, and I did call this one here. As for now, there is no structure yet. I think there is a lots of opportunities left here. There is more to this and than the 20,000, but looking at it right now, I would love to see some correction back down toward at least this area, the 13,000 level. That would be the first possible area to look for a possible buy. I'm not sure if we're gonna get that, but Bitcoin's been moving wildly, and I would not be surprised if we got a retest. Intraday, if you want to trade this intraday, of course you have another structure up here that could be a short-term level to try to buy from, looking at this structure here, and a bounce. But as investing, I would say back down here, or from this area back down here. So we do have some structure to work with on the 4 hour, but this now is very low based on where the price is right now. Yeah, so I think the 13,000 area up here, that would be a great level to try to go long from. But personally, I'm not trading it yet. As I always say, since I don't really know what make this currency move more than the demand. There is lots of demand right now. Everyone is talking about Bitcoins, which make me a little bit scary when a 10 years old know what Bitcoin is now. So there is a lot of hype going on at the moment. I hope that answered your question, buddy. If it was a question, of course. Any other questions, guys? And there is so many cryptos now, lots of new of them, and it seems that most of them are doing well. This one is also going crazy. Another nice structure to make business at down here. But yeah, as you see, when they move, they move. And I think Ripple, or what do you call it, is doing well also. Very wild moves. This is only 1 week. It is way too much. 300% move in 1 week. Okay, guys, thanks a lot, and once again, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all of you. I don't think we're gonna have any weekly overview before next year, but if I do have some time, I may do some tutorial videos and upload them here. Yeah. Thanks a lot, guys, and bye bye.